Hi guys, hope you're all doing well. It's been a while. I'm gonna start doing screencasts because I know you guys miss this beautiful face and this lovely voice. So I also want to make sure that you're learning the stuff that we should be. So the way we can do it is this nice screencast that I just started using. When we left, we were starting databases, and since we don't have Microsoft Access on our computers, I figured do this by using Google Sheets. And, spreadsheets are the first part of making databases. So this is a good exercise for us. The activity that we're going to attempt and be successful at, is to create a school supplies spreadsheet. And again, this will be a Google Sheet, and our target is for you guys to be able to create a Google Sheet with formulas in there to figure out the prices of items, including taxes and discounts. So in our Google Classroom, I posted this assignment, and you guys can read through it. You see that we're going to do a supplies list or spreadsheet, and there's going to be discounts, and we're going to figure out the prices of these. So here's an example of what I created. You see all the yellow cells actually have formulas to figure out the price. So when we're done, your Google Sheet should look similar to this. Um, and yeah, so how do we get started? So start a Google Sheet. We're gonna open up Google Sheets, and we're going to create a blank sheet. And so the first thing we want to enter is the title. School supplies list. And we'll format that after we get a couple things in here. So the school supplies list, what do we need on this spreadsheet? Well, first we need school supplies. And we don't need list. And what else do we need? We need the quantity. How many are we going to buy of each? And we need the cost per item. We need, what is the discount amount? We need the cost of the item with the discount, with, we need the total cost, and we need some sales tax. Lovely. New York State charges a whopping 8% everything we buy. And then the total. How's that look? Not bad. Now we can clean it up. Let's make the title in the center, and we'll make it bold, and we can change the fill color, make it a little darker so it sticks out, and we can change the font. We'll make it a size 14, and why don't we center that? Oh, before we can do that, I forgot we have to merge it. So if we highlight the cells and go up to format, merge the cells, and we're going to do that horizontally. There we go. It looks a little better. Now, why don't we resize the cells so everything fits better for our titles, and so we can read the text. Looks good. Why don't we highlight these and make these bold, and we can do the fill color just a little darker so it sticks out a little better. Now let's get to the spreadsheet. Or we should probably title this first. So what is this? School supplies list. And now that'll save in our Google Drive. School supplies list. Now, what are we buying? We're going to buy a backpack. Backpack, one word. And then we are going to buy some notebook paper. Take notes about making Google Sheets. You're going to need a couple binders. We'll also need some writing utensils. How about pens and pencils? And we're going to have to organize ourselves with a class organizer. And why don't we make these bold so they stick out a little easier to read? Bam. All right, if we're looking at our list, how many of each do we need? Obviously, we don't need 2 backpacks. It's always nice to have more, though. But we're only going to buy one today. We're going to have 6 packages of paper. We're going to do 6 binders for 6 different subjects. Why don't we buy 3 pens, 4 pencils, and 1 class organizer? What are the costs of these? Why don't we do the cost? Backpack, $25. And how much for the notebook paper? I want to say 75 cents. Package binders. We'll go $3.39 a binder. Pens. There we go. Nice, expensive pens. $1.49. Pencils aren't that expensive. Make them 50 cents. And then a class organizer. Just making it even dollar. I noticed this is not showing his dollar amount, so we can change that fairly simple. And since all of these are going to be dollar amounts, why don't we highlight everything? And we can change the format. Instead of just a number, we can change, obviously, a bunch of different formats, but we're going to use currency. And you see how that changes it to currency. The dollar amount, fairly simple. Now the discount amount. So this is where we have to look at our assignment, where I put the discount amounts, and we see that backpacks are 20% off. Wow, I must have went at the right time. So if we want to get the price for the backpack with the discount, we have to enter a formula. The way we do that is we're going to say, select the cell, and we're going to say this cell is equal to the price that it is. Then we're going to multiply that by, said 20%, so 0.2, and enter. And that'll give us the dollar amount, 20% off. So notebook paper, do the same for notebook paper. And that looks like it is 15% off. So for this cell, we're going to say is equal to the notebook paper times 0.15 for 15%. Enter. 11 cents off. Not bad. What about binders? Binders. Ooh, no binders. So this would just be equal to the price times 0. Not getting anything off. Pens. Writing utensils, 15% off. So we can actually use this cell. We're going to say is equal to the cost times 0.15, 15%, and enter. 22 cents. And if this cell, if we want to, continue on below, we can just click on the cell and copy that cell, the formula from this cell down just by clicking on this button and dragging it down. Class organizer. Is there a discount for that? No. Protractors, but not a class organizer. So this cell is going to be equal to the cost times 0. Bam. Good. So we got a discount. We got the cost of the item, we got the discount. Now we need to find the cost with the discount. So here's another formula. This, again, when we're putting a formula, you have to put the equal sign. The cost with the discount is going to be the cost subtract the discount amount. So I selected the cell, the first cell, and I'm subtracting the next cell and enter. So $20. Now, if I know that all of these cells are going to be the same, have the same formula, like I showed you earlier, you can select the cell and click on the bottom right-hand corner of that cell and use your mouse to select it and drag it down. And notice how very easily all those formulas were copied into the cell. So, saves a lot of time and work on our part. So that's a nice tool to use. Total cost. So the total cost is going to be, obviously, the cost with the discount times the quantity. So we're going to have to do another formula. Cost would be this cell. Well, first I have to select the cell and press equal. It's going to be equal to the cost with the discount multiplied by the quantity. So that didn't change much because we only bought one backpack. But again, like we did over here, we can select the cell because we know the formula is going to be the same for all of these. And we're going to drag and bring it down. Bam. So very quickly, it multiplied the quantity times the cost with the discount to get a total cost. Now we have to do the sales tax. Again, like I was saying, New York State has a nice whopping 8% tax. So what would this formula be? It's going to be equal to the total cost multiplied by whopping 8%, 0.08, and that gives us $1.60. I have to pay the state just to buy one backpack. And we know the formula is going to be the same for the remaining school supplies. So I'm just going to copy that. And that'll give us the tax that we're paying for each item. And then one last column is the total. So what is the total going to be? Actually, this has a formula right up here. If we go to functions, click on this first, click on the cell, then we go up to functions and we can click sum. And we need to select the cells. The cells. The sum would be this and this. Oops. Sum would be these two. That looks a little better. Now again, we can select. Oh, looks like Jeremiah is doing his work. And it looks like I have new items in my inbox. I guess I'll get there when I'm done with this. We're almost done, guys. So we got the totals for each of our items. Now we want to find the grand total, see how much money I am out today. So right here, I think we'll put the grand total of all stuff, and we'll enter the grand total here. And that is, again, use the function sum, and we're going to select the cells that we're going to use and enter. And that'll give us the grand total of $54.72. Now let's make this a little easier to read, and then you guys can create your own. We'll make this bold. Actually, why don't we highlight these and we'll change the color, make it a little darker, and make these bold. And we should also select the whole spreadsheet. And why don't we put the lines, borders in there so we can see everything easily. So there is our school supplies spreadsheet. I hope I demonstrated it fairly well for you guys. Again, remember that these cells all have formulas. If I select them and I'm going to turn them yellow, just a couple. And that's how you do a school supplies spreadsheet in Google Sheets. Hope that was entertaining for you guys and you learned something. Again, I'm going to post this into Google Classroom. When you complete it, just in the class assignment, turn it in. Let me know. Hope it again was entertaining. And if you guys have any questions, send me a message.